Welcome to the TV10 Weekender. This is the third edition of this thing. Still hanging in there. And I just want to say this episode is brought to you by Sugar House Distillery and Boozetique, official TV10 sponsors. And I also want to say right up front that I'm heartened by the complete lack of buzz around Sold on SLC, the new reality show on Bravo about really ridiculously good-looking realtors ostensibly selling properties in Salt Lake City or probably Park City. Who the hell knows? I'm not going to watch it, but I'm glad to see there's zero to maybe only a slight bit of buzz around that. And some things you might want to look out for this weekend. The Sticky on Prime Video. It's based on a true story about the great Canadian maple syrup heist. It's starring Margot Martindale and Chris Diamandouros. I'm sure I got that name wrong. Never can get it right. He's from, you'll know him from Silicon Valley. Yeah. And it's a true story of a middle-aged maple syrup farmer who's, when the local bureaucrats threaten to take away everything she's worked for, she sets up a multi-million-dollar heist. This is based on a true story made in 2012, and it was an $18 million worth of maple syrup, which, wow. And as you can tell, it's got a bit of a comic edge to it, and a couple more things to look out for on the weekend. If you like that Sabrina Carpenter, she's got a Christmas special, a nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter, of course. With holiday songs and stuff, and Quinta Brunson, Kyle Mooney from Saturday Night Live, Shania Twain, Chappell Roan are guests on this, and should be fun. And some movies that are out there, they're being released. This Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson, Fly Me to the Moon. It's about a love story between a marketing exec and a NASA official who getting ready for the Apollo 11 moon landing, hence the name Fly Me to the Moon. And Beetlejuice is now available on Max. It's of course it's the follow-up to what year was that it came out? It was a long damn time ago, but the reviews are mostly good, a little bit mixed here and there, but yeah, it's worth checking out if you got Max. And also horror movie Speak No Evil on Peacock, also available now. It's about a dream holiday that turns into a living nightmare for an American couple and their daughter when they spend a weekend at a British family's idyllic country estate. The notable thing about this, for probably about 2 or 3 of you out there who watched *Halt and Catch Fire* on AMC back in the day, this reunites Mackenzie Davis and Scoot McNairy, and also stars James McAvoy. And yeah, available now on Peacock. Saturday, you'll probably hear this before Saturday night. Paul Mescal is hosting Saturday Night Live. Paul Mescal, who stars with Pedro Pascal in Gladiator 2. That's not confusing. Just don't think about it at all. And of course, the musical guest is Shabuzi. Everybody knows Shabuzi. I think that's just a Mad Lib. I don't know if that's even a real name. Also on Saturday on HBO and Max, Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story. He was Superman in the 70s. He was the first one, not the first Superman ever, but he was the probably one of the biggest ones. And yeah, he's spent the rest of his life after a horse riding accident in 1995 to searching for a cure for spinal cord injuries. So it's got a little bit of, you're going to cry. You're going to get the hankies out for this one for sure. On Sunday, December 8th, I hate to say it, but it's the series finale of Somebody Somewhere on HBO and Max. Bridget Everett's tale of moving back to your small Kansas hometown and feeling like an outcast. But then she finds herself with a family of outcasts, and it's just a really... It's not very over the top. Not a lot of big action really happens, but it's very sweet, very also very funny. You just gotta stick with it. It's a very relaxing show, very slow paced, and I want to repeat again this series Say Nothing on Hulu about the Irish Republican Army and the Troubles in the early 70s is just really fantastic. I heartily recommend it. It's 9 episodes. And, it starts as, we're young, even teenage, sexy revolutionaries. But then that could have made a movie. But then it keeps going 30 years after that as they get old and they're starting to face the repercussions of their actions back in the 70s. And can't really recommend it enough. Say Nothing on Hulu. And of course, the current season of Shrinking, just really good. So damn good. You can tell this is a Bill Lawrence production. Ted Lasso, Scrubs, all of his shows have a very signature feel to them. And fucking Harrison Ford, never knew he could be funny, intentionally anyway. And also, I just finished the 3rd season of From MGM Plus, and you're gonna. Amazon Prime Video gives you a little taste of this show once in a while because Amazon owns MGM, and they'll give you a little taste. Say, hey, okay, here's the first season of From. Got you hooked? Okay, pony up for the MGM Plus subscription. But now that it's over, off the top of my head, I don't recall if MGM Plus offers a free trial period. I'll bet it does. You could just watch the whole thing in a weekend, probably. It'd be a very harrowing weekend, though, because this show is intense. It's weird as hell. It's if you don't know, it's about a small town where if you get off the interstate and happen to take a detour into the small town, you do not get out of the small town. And also there's monsters that come out at night, and there's all sorts of very echoes of Lost in this thing. If you loved Lost, or if you like getting your mind screwed by Lost, you might want to check this one out. MGM Plus. Harold Perrineau is the star of this thing, and he's fantastic. Also, coincidentally, he was in Lost. How about that? And also, let me see here. Oh yeah, you could catch the final season of Superman and Lois. It's available now on the CW app. It's the last of the. It's not. I don't know if Superman and Lois was technically part of the Arrowverse, maybe, but the whole DC thing that started 12 years ago, DC CW coming together to make a lot of great shows and a couple not so good ones. But Superman and Lois was one of the good ones, and you should definitely check it out. Also, going back in that same vein, Star Wars Skeleton Crew with Jude Law. I mean, people loving it. It's a little geared more towards kids. The most common description I hear of this is Goonies in hyperspace, and what could go wrong with that? How could you not like that? And Jude Law and his elusive hairline. I don't know. And also, this is pretty interesting here. Glitter and Greed, the Lisa Frank story. When I went on X96 earlier this week, there was a bit of confusion on my part. I confused Lisa Frank with Paul Frank. They're both designers. They're both fashion designers. And Lisa Frank is it just went to hell. It's kind of similar to a story. It's on. I think it's still on Hulu. The Von Dutch story, where it's kind of a fashion reality docu true crime whatever thing. Yeah, it's a very colorful thing. And here's one not a recommendation at all. Pretty much as I'm recording this, the Fox Nation Patriot Awards are happening. Fox Nation is the streaming arm of Fox News, and last year hosted by everybody's favorite guy at the moment, Pete Hegseth. This year he's not even on the guest list. Why is that? I don't know. But hosted by Sean Hannity, and they're awarding the Patriot of the Year, Century, Planet, who the hell knows, to Orange 45. That's a good way to get him off your ass. Just say, hey, we're going to give you a fake award, and maybe you just don't give us any shit for a while. And it's probably going to work. I think it's genius on that. Anyway, this has been The Weekender from TV Tan. Once again, want to thank our sponsors, Sugar House Distillery and Boozetique. And we'll see you on the next episode of TV Tan. Good night, America. Weekender style.